What's up, everybody? Welcome back, Mr. Daniel Henriques and Jonathan Glapion. Glad to have you gentlemen back again to talk the Curse of Sherlee Johnson issue 2. Damn, man. A lot of questions, I think, on this issue, man. And it ended with even more questions. But before we jump into that, man, Daniel, how have you been?
Really good, really good. It's been really fun to explore this world, and I'm living vicariously through Jonathan because he's been doing shows and getting, like talking to people and actually, talking about the book and all of that. So it's been a pretty fun couple of months.
Yeah. Glad you're doing well, man. Jonathan, got to see you in Dallas when you were up there. But we were just talking, man. You have been doing a lot of shows lately. You got to be exhausted.
Yeah, I'm burned out.
When's your next show?
New York Comic Con. Actually, technically, there's like a there's a show in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
So I'll do like that little 2-day show, and then New York Comic Con. I think I have a store signing. It's like a day thing. So yeah, I said I'm gonna do like any more things, and then I pick up 2 more things like a stupid.
Do you FaceTime Daniel so that everyone can see you guys together while you're at the show, or no?
I FaceTimed I FaceTimed them in San Diego.
Did you?
That is true.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Show me around a little bit, and got me to Frank. We were talking a bit with Frank Miller, the 3 of us. Jonathan was like walking me around. But it will be cool at New York because I'm also going to be at New York, and it's the first time we're setting together in years and years, or side by side. So it's going to be pretty fun.
Well, we'll actually be signing together.
I'm going to make it to the New York Comic Con this year, so I will be there to see you guys and get my book signed.
Oh, no.
And if you know Mark, man, he has a stack like this big because in order to get those 1 in 150s, he has to buy a lot of one of those issues to reach it. So
yes, sir. Yeah, it's worth it though.
Yeah, I saw a lot of those.
I'm not gonna give a lot of spoilers either, but keep your eyes open for New York Comic Con and ad coming soon.
Okay. What? You can't just say it like that, Daniel. What the hell? All right, like a new project, or it has to do with Curse of Sherlee Johnson? You can't even say that.
It is 100% related to, and I will even say it's related to the Curse of Sherlee Johnson 3 that comes out right before. So keep an eye out for that.
Yes, cannot wait, bro. The way this ended, man. I don't know about you, Mark, but I was like, I mean, you love it, but you hate it at the same time, right?
The amount of stuff that Daniel has packed into this issue, I don't know how he keeps it straight in his head. There are like so many layers to the story, and like I loved it. Like there's just so much to unpack and try to process.
which is fun because Jonathan knows sometimes we talk a lot about this and the process and everything. And it's like, oh man, I don't think there's really nothing going on issue 2. People are not going to like it. There's nothing happening.
There is so much going on. Oh my God.
There's a lot going on, man.
You're telling like 3 different stories at once.
Oh, quite a few more.
I call him and I'm like, what's this supposed to be like? And what's going on here? So and then he has it all like in his head and remembers pretty much most of it. And so I'm the one that's always confused about what I'm supposed to draw.
What exactly am I drawing here?
Right.
Well,
but she's not supposed to be happy.
She's smiling, man. What the hell?
Right.
I think before we jump into the story, because the story, obviously, there is a lot to talk about. I think a lot of it you might not be able to talk about because I think things were kind of left hidden to make you think. So I fully understand that, Daniel. But the art, Jonathan, I mean, I think that's why this book is just banging.
I love that guy.
Dude, insane, man. Phenomenal.
I just wanted to draw a nipple.
Yes. I mean, it's just incredible, man. Incredible.
Yeah, that 3-panel thing, that was
Oh
I
yeah.
think that was Daniel's idea. The broken
Was it?
broken panels up top. Yeah. That was cool.
Let me pull it back up again because it is dope, man. I get such like 90s vibes, man, when you do the panels like that with the black in the background. I get chills reading it. I feel like I'm 20 years old again. Feels
Nice.
so good.
Nice.
Feels so good. And then let's get a shout out to Dan because this cover is sick, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Too.
Yeah. I signed a lot of those in San Diego.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely a fan favorite cover. And Dan is so he's super supportive of the book and sort of our transition, you know, we're all ex-inkers or whatever. So yeah, he's whenever I see him, he's just like beaming and he's so happy. Shout out to Dan for the kick-ass cover.
Yeah, Dan is insane artist, man. But yeah, okay, we could jump. What's up, Corey? I've been going back and forth with Corey. We got to get him on the show too sometime, man. But it's hard when you got kids with going back to school and all that good stuff happening. So a lot going on, man. A lot going on in people's lives. Glad you're getting a break. You have kids, Daniel, or no?
I have, but our school starts later, so Jonathan's kids are just now starting school. School here only starts September 15th, around that. And I have it's soon to be 10-year-old daughter. Nice,
man. Nice. That's a good age too.
Perfect reference for Shirley.
Yeah. I think in the story, Shirley's like 7, 8. Is that about right? 7?
Well, when she died,
I just try to make her not look too small.
That's right, man. That's right.
Yeah. Just try to not draw an infant.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Right on, guy. Well, let's jump in, man, because right away we start with these characters right here, man.
Oh yeah. Those little dudes have become, Daniel will tell you, they've become kind of like my favorite to draw.
Yep.
Which is
your favorite?
I didn't want to draw cars, buildings, and kids. and I keep drawing kids. It's like hopefully they look all right. But yeah, those dudes have a pretty funny. I think we talked about this before with those two little kids right there.
Right.
So they were supposed to be. Go ahead, Daniel.
No, they were supposed to be twins. Cause when I said, I just want these two twins because they're going to form like this link with the medallion and everything. And John's like, 2 kids? You got to draw 2 kids? What if it's Siamese twins? Like that's just one body with 2 heads. Like, sure.
Yeah.
Even better, man. Even better.
I think so. I think it's more interesting. Very sort of dark carnival kind of vibe to them. And I like the way. So we didn't give FCO any art direction on colors for any of that stuff. So what's interesting is how he handled the Siamese twins, 2 different hair colors, and so when we got that back, I was like, oh, that's pretty smart. Yeah, pretty cool.
No, it is, man. It came out so good. So we got Simon and the boys here jumping in, and then we got the eye, man. We want to jump into the eye, or
the eye?
You're talking about the
medallion.
The medallion, with the eye, exactly.
Well, because again, the idea about all of this, because I get that, and people are like, there's a lot happening and we don't have all of the answers. Because the idea from the beginning was always, this is already an ongoing story. This is not, Peter Parker and Uncle Ben, all of that step by step. Bellerophon is at the end of his evil plans, Simon, which, and again, this is not a big spoiler. They do mention the name there. But again, and it will be revealed early on in issue 3, so I will throw that spoiler because that is Simon Pure, the vampire who shows up in Spawn. There's some people who didn't catch that, who is now in hell and has been in hell for quite a while at this point. So he already has a big story there. And Jonathan's doing like all of the revamping of the characters, and it's super, super fun.
Yeah, I mean, and it explains why the boys want to have more of those vampire stories, right? So obviously they spent quite a bit of time together and probably having a lot of discussions around some of that past, right?
Yeah, yep. Well, and even with what they're already living together in hell, because time is weird in hell. Again, we're not hiding behind the time is weird to explain everything. Everything actually has a timeline that will be revealed. About how long everybody's been there, and again, how long Simon has been with the twins, and why, and what's going on. Even the thing with the eye and all of that, because again, Simon is a vampire. Vampires are not even supposed to go to hell. They have no soul. So what's going on with all of that? It's all coming. That issue 3 offers, in my opinion, quite a few answers, but still opens a few more. So we'll see.
I think the only art. Oh, sorry. I think the only art direction on that page was actually regarding that artifact, the eye.
Yeah,
and that was I wanted the eye to actually be like a real eye inside of that.
Yeah,
So it's not like a metal thing or whatever. It's actually a real eye, and
it's not like a stone. It's an actual physical eye.
Yeah. See the opening in that second panel there.
Yeah,
that's what I know. Like, oh damn, it's alive.
So an eye from what? Who knows?
Right.
Yeah. And then this page right here, man, this spread is so dope, man. I feel like we need as many 2-page spreads as possible. I mean, you're doing buildings, you're not doing cars, Jonathan. Come on, man.
No, so
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Last time we were here, if I'm not mistaken, we did talk how Jonathan's always complaining about double-page spreads. I've been writing as least as possible. I think I asked, if possible, can we have 1 in issue 3? And Jonathan ended up doing 3, if I'm not mistaken, out of his own volition. So he's growing into them.
No coercion or nothing. He did it himself.
Nothing.
No.
So, jump into that, guys. Like, as you're getting the script, Jonathan, what is the motivation to go to a 2 spread, and how do you choose, or between both of you, how do you choose what should be a 2-page spread and what should be just 1 page or panels? Like, what is it, the story that's leading you there, and you feel like it'll be more impactful? Like, what is that thought process behind that?
I think it's impactfulness, right? Sometimes, kind of pushing the story a bit.
And I think because there's one in issue 3 that you ended up doing a double spread because the pages were already side by side, and it was a continuation of the same action. So you just joined them, so it would make the narrative easier in a sense. Sometimes it's as simple as that, and sometimes it's just to be able to do bigger shots of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome.
Sometimes it helps kind of move things along too, like as far as for me, because it feels like I'm tackling pages at once. So there's also that,
Yep.
Yeah. Well, let's get into this 3 and jump anytime, Mark. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, what I liked about like the way this starts, it's like Simon and the boys. You've got their stuff going on, and then Shirley's dealing with her own stuff. And this, as of right now, they're not connected. And then the stranger is having his like meltdown that's completely separate. And it's like you're telling these 3 different stories simultaneously, and it all flows together like perfectly. Like it didn't feel like anything was forced or out of place. And I like the flow of the story.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's working, because and then at the same time you have Boots and the Crimson Seraph, Boots recruiting the Crimson Seraph to go there. Beliafon have his plans, and now he's also being distracted because he knows what Nyx is doing, what she's doing on Earth, and what that might or might not impact. There's a lot of layers.
that stuff that you like peppered in there about what's going on with Nyx, and where you mentioned that. How did you say it? You said the Violator is no longer a threat.
Yeah.
Or what was it? I can't remember how you said it.
Yeah, it's exactly. I think it's exactly.
Okay.
That.
Yeah, you said something about like the violent. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, so he died. Okay, so you're going like back to the other story.
Well, and like I said, we're not explaining everything from the beginning, so there's a lot of deals and everything that were done. Because again, she has because everybody. I remember in the beginning, because everybody thought that was just about Shirley and Kincaid and Spawn, and maybe it would be more grounded. But just the fact that she has the face paint and everything, and we know the backstory about all of that a little bit through Gunslinger. So Violator Clown is heavily involved in the creation of Sherlee Johnson per se, and again, it will have a lot of layers. And at this point, because again, I'm not even implying if he's dead, alive, or whatever, he is out of the picture, and Bellerophon is aware of that, because Bellerophon has his own kind of like pocket space in hell. He just keeps to himself. He has his own kind of plans and machinations going, but he is very aware of all of that. And at this point, he's like, well, with this thing with the stranger, we might not need the girl after all. So, screw Violator in whatever deal they might have. And again, it will play out in what's that's regarded to, but it's pretty much that.
And is page 1 the entrance into that pocket? I was trying to remember.
No. Page 1 of issue 2.
Yes.
No, that's just Simon was at it because we show a little bit, because again, when he shows up and you can see that he knows her name, he was actually looking for her. He talks like, because even in there were some confusions in issue 1. I saw some people in the epilogue where it shows Simon saying that he's going to get her. There were people who interpreted it as she was talking to that creature, but she's not talking to that creature. He's talking to God. He's on a mission from God, which is, Simon Pure in the book. He had like his own legion of vampires, and they thought they were, on a mission from God per se. I forgot the exact name of whatever their cult was. But Simon at this point thinks he's doing God's work in hell, and he's been after Shirley to try and save her, pretty much. And why he already knows her name and everything. We'll get to that.
We'll get to it. Okay, yeah, that's my next question: is how does that relationship even exist? Obviously, not on her side, but on his side.
Yeah. Well, and again, Shirley is a character with a lot of layers in the sense, because like I said, she's gone through a lot, even in this issue. Because if you see, her speech changes, her speech bubble changes, her attitude changes, in her look. And if you look closely, that's Violator's speech bubble, but pink. Because it's Shirley. And then again, at the end, there's, some implications to other characters. So she has a lot going on.
Yes,
so
she does. Go ahead.
So does that mean that, like, anytime that she's getting ready to, I guess, in a sense, like Hulk out or like have her rage, that's what we're going to see?
I'm not going to say it's not going to be every time, because again, it's one of those things at this point. She barely knows herself. She's been kind of broken down and deconstructed and killed over and over again. She doesn't really, she's not very aware of what she is or might be, or who even knows what she remembers or not. Like I said, that will come to play, because one of the things too, and me and Jonathan talked about that, the book is called The Curse of Sherlee Johnson, but before that, it was called No Home Here. So we might not necessarily, in the book from the get-go, always had 2 protagonists, the stranger and Shirley. So I know everybody's just wanting Shirley information, but again, we already had our process before the name change. So we will get there. On issue 3, we get some info on the stranger and also on her, but we will get to all of that.
I want to know about everybody, not just Shirley. I want to know what's going on, because the bombshell that you dropped in this issue from the stranger, that blew me away. That was. I really liked the way you revealed that little tidbit, and I was shocked. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're having fun, and a lot of this stuff also plays out to have Jonathan draw like a lot of cool stuff. We always had this stuff for the stranger and his powers and everything, and then again, we were talking about the double spreads on that issue. We have a double spread that's vertical, which is 100% on Jonathan to have all of those characters kind of acknowledge the stranger's power. Like, what the hell is this happening? And
so is that okay? So I didn't really understand what was going on, in that spread page. Does that mean that as he goes like supernova, or as he releases that energy, does that mean that
everybody can feel
it? Like they feel like I guess like a disturbance in the force, or however you want to put it.
A ripple in the force.
Like they feel it. Yeah, they feel something.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty much that. Beings powerful enough to kind of catch that, like a lot of beings like felt Spawn's necro explosion from issue 301. It's kind of that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That makes sense.
The timer, Daniel.
Right. I keep forgetting. And again, even on that spread, Jonathan already peppered a lot of new characters and everything, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah. So there's some characters. Well, I don't know if I can say, but
I see.
Yeah, you can.
Like 3 or 4 that I don't know who they are. 5.
Yeah. So this a while back, I was doing character designs for Todd. And it was I couldn't share anything or show or didn't talk about it. I did it for a little bit, and then so I wanted to put some of those characters in our book because I thought they were so some of those characters in there were designs that I did for thing with Todd.
They just didn't get approved.
No, they're approved. He had those are his characters. That's what he
they're just not
hired
used.
me to do.
Yeah.
They're just not used.
What is that conversation with Todd like then, Jonathan? Do you, as you're going into issue 2, you guys have a call and you're like, I did a bunch of characters for you, Todd, that I haven't seen you use. Can we start?
No, this is the first time. This is the first time Todd's hearing about this. If he's on here.
Yep. So let me.
Well, guys, congratulations on issue 2. We'll see you later. It was a good run while you had it.
Why did they only do 2 issues of that series?
He this is his fault. This is me listening to Todd always, because he was the one who told me that being able to do these things gives me ownership. And so if these characters show up, then they're used. So I'm going to use them.
Heck yeah.
Well, you use them, but you haven't named them. You haven't given them a story, so you're fine.
No.
Yeah, you're fine.
But if you remember, Gunslinger showed up. A little bitty Gunslinger showed up when Angel Medina drew him.
Yep.
Yeah, and look at him now. Like Gunslinger is,
right,
he's huge.
Right. So
you're talking to a guy who has tattooed on him, of course. He's gonna...
Yeah, and I mean, me personally, I just like doing stuff like that. You know, I wouldn't imagine it would make Todd upset or anything. It's just, I think it would be something he would do. So
you guys need to remember this 2-page spread then, because one day, one of these guys is going to blow up and be huge.
Could be.
You never know.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, they could be, like the next Gunslinger. Like really take off.
And for me, because again, we talk all the time. So at the time he was doing those designs, I was seeing those designs. And now when we were talking, I was like, well, remember how cool those were? Like, Todd's not using them, but just bring them. Like, and when you guys were like, oh, did you talk to Todd? No, we were like, use them before Todd does.
Right.
Is there any thought within the story to maybe delve into one of these characters so we could learn a little bit more about it?
Most of them probably will appear.
Oh wow!
One of them appears already.
Are you talking about on that double-page spread?
Yeah,
this one right here. Some of these characters in here you'll be utilizing that are new.
100%.
Let's see.
You don't even remember who you put on the page?
Oh, I see one. Yeah, I see one. I think I know which one you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but they're very likely at one point or another are all going to appear, because the thing is, and that's why we're hoping people will be patient with us, since we're telling the story mainly from Shirley's point of view, we're not really expanding into, okay, now we have a scene here, a scene there, and because we're only going to see those scenes appear as she gets to know them, but it's going to expand into a lot of characters, especially after this arc closes, which is just kind of to show their motivations and their interactions and all of that. After here, it's going to open a bit more into, like, when they get that I was mentioning before, Simon Pure wasn't talking to that big character with the city, which that character is known as the Carrier of Cities, which has its own story. And again, this is a bit spoilerish. It's talked a little bit in issue 3, but again, that's kind of an independent city in hell. So to a certain degree, like a neutral ground in hell, where you can like go for protection if you're worthy to enter there or not. So especially once they're there, there's going to be like a whole kind of new cast of characters and situations and everything happening.
Yeah.
It's like its own ecosystem.
Yep.
Awesome, man. And because the story really is being shared between Stranger and the Curse or Shirley Johnson, will there be times within the story where the Stranger kind of takes the lead within the story and she becomes a little bit more of the background as we start to develop kind of both of those?
I think in the beginning we have that pushback because none of them really know what's happening.
Right.
Again, we will know the origin of the Stranger in a sense in issue 3. That is revealed in issue 3, exactly what just happened. And even from issue 1, that it seemed that he was kind of lost into what was going on. Actually, all of that is explained in issue 3. So we're not delving much into Shirley. We talk a little bit about her too, because Simon is there. But again, we're going by phases because it's what's happening. How can they already delve into her story when the Stranger just kind of exploded on them, try to kill them, and all of that, which was something that we wanted to get out of the way very quickly, in a sense, because this is not just your regular happy hero stories where, you know, Spawn shows up, he has a lot of power, but he has a counter, so he can't use it. It's like, what if we do the other way around? What if we have characters almost with infinite power, but they can't tap into it, or they just go nuclear and kill everybody around them? So everybody was hoping for a lone wolf and cub story, but, you know, what if the lone wolf is an atom bomb? That makes it a bit harder to deal with.
We get a little bit of that.
So, but I mean, obviously, though, when that bomb went off and he lost everybody, I get the sense that it was not on purpose. Like, he just went nuclear and he couldn't control what happened. So that's why he lost everyone.
He's not aware of what he did. Because, again, if you notice, and again, I'm entering a little bit into spoilers, but we will get all of this in issue 3. And I'm sorry, Jonathan, I'm just rambling without you. You're just there listening to me. But
I've talked enough at conventions.
So, as you saw, it's not just that he explodes with power, he kind of gets consumed with it into almost like just a killing machine. So as far as he's concerned, he's not aware, because again, there will be a trigger to why that happened. He doesn't just go nuclear over anything. There will be a trigger to what happened, and he's actually not sure if he killed them all or not. He thinks he did.
Okay.
He might have killed them all, because he just doesn't know. He loses complete, like, he just goes blank whenever he's consumed with power.
And the trigger hasn't been, we don't know the trigger yet.
We'll know on issue 3.
3, okay, we'll get in 3. Okay.
Yeah. On issue 2 is him nearly dying, getting his arm chopped off and trying to save her. That's the trigger, is like, I really want to save her, but I'm already like, I can't control myself. For everything between with his friends and family and all of that, that's revealed in issue 3.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Yeah. We just got through issue 2 and you're telling us that we get all these answers in issue 3.
There's a pretty cool double page spread, issue 3, that kind of is where he's talking about some of this, revealing things.
Yep.
Really
Which
cool.
I will say, it was not a double page spread, and Jonathan decided to make it a double page spread.
but it was a great idea.
Yep.
I love the constant reminder that you weren't the source of that double spread. I love it.
No, it's, again, all of that is pretty fun. And again, we're talking about all kinds of characters, because you're talking about all of the layers. Like, for example, as Jonathan is working on the future issues and all of that, he goes and creates characters. Sometimes he creates characters by accident, which I'm like, kind of need this and that. And he starts creating, and sometimes it's not exactly that. And John was like, then let me try and change it. It's like, no, don't change it, because that's really awesome. Let's just create something for that character. You'll deal with the other ones later. So even all of that adds to the layers in the story. Like, for example, like I said, the twins and everything, they have their own backstory and everything that wasn't there when they were just 2 random twin boys. Now he gave them a different life, and that's, for me, it's really exciting, like part of that collaboration.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
good
We
idea.
talk a lot about like when we're looking at the characters, and sometimes where they don't where it might not hit the mark as far as like what he imagined. It might veer somewhere else that then has an impact on the story, because then he'll like, oh shit, that's a cool one. Maybe we'll tweak this and use them this way. Or he has a bad habit of never wanting to kill anybody off. So,
No, that's not 100% true. There's a lot of characters.
I want to kill everybody off.
Yeah, because I was
He says,
no,
"I
but there's a lot of characters that was like, oh, just do this because I'm probably gonna kill them, and then he does
Yeah.
something really cool, and I'm like, crap. Now I have
And
to
then
write
he wants
around
to
it.
keep-
I don't want them to go.
You can't kill him
Yeah.
now,
See,
man. He's dope.
Yeah. Issue 8 is just imagine the desert and there's no people or anything. It's just
Really?
sand. Every page. No people.
just
no
pictures
nothing.
of sand.
No, but I can't tell you. Well, we had this discussion about the Siamese twins, and I can't really say, but we came up with a really cool idea for something happening that I cannot wait to draw.
Yeah.
It might be my favorite thing. Like when we flesh it out, and it might. So they may become like my all-time favorite characters. I don't know.
Can you share like around what issue that might take place? Is it like
I don't
further
know.
down?
We just I don't even know if we have an idea. We were just trying to think of something, and I was like, it'd be kind of cool and funny and just really wild to see if it did this.
Yeah.
So I
now
can't
Daniel has
I wish I could say what it was, but
You got to three-way me in one of the. I'll be quiet. I'll hit me.
Yeah,
in.
right. Yeah.
Just
Just
let me
shoot us
sit
like
there.
a message, be like, "Hey, next issue, here it comes."
Although I heard you have like 3-hour conversations, so I don't know.
it might bring a little tear to people's eyes. I'll say that.
Yeah. Oh wow.
It might
So
be like a
on
little
the-
bit. Oh,
So on the subject of character design, like I've really enjoyed like the new characters that you guys have introduced and Jonathan that you've created, but it took me a minute to come to terms with Crimson. Like I like him now, but what is he looking at you with? Where like what is his eye? Can he see you with everything?
yeah, I can see everything. He's like surveillance, man.
Yeah.
So all his eyes function. Like he can see like
Everything
360.
functions.
Okay.
He can
All
see
right.
Well,
everything.
actually, if you
like
see,
a bee, right?
you're holding the page where he's flying. If you actually hold the previous page where he's face to face with Boots, notice how all of his eyes are looking at Boots. They're actually all in their own position looking at Boots, so they can see.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
That's
they can all operate independently. They don't have to look in any one direction. So imagine being wired where you just have a 360 view of everything. How do you fight that?
right. Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
Okay.
So it's like a tank as it is, and then how do you can't surprise them.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit tricky.
I was just thinking that's hell in itself, never to be able to experience being surprised by anything.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and his wing. Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, he has the wings.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like him. It just took me a minute to wrap my head around it. I'm like, how does he function?
Yeah.
We just wanted to have like different kind of ancient beings, because there's been a lot of angels, redeemers, all kinds of anti-spawns, all kinds of, and now Brett Boot and Barbary have these more mechanical angels almost. I was like, let's just go old school and create like this crazy
Robert says turn the lights off.
Turn the light off on him.
No, because I'm sure Jonathan's going to say, "Oh, he's got night vision in this one eye, and he can see everything."
Right. So we just wanted to create a.
So inside of him, actually, there's a little baby. That's
a baby that's controlling him.
A little baby. He's got a little joystick.
like Men in Black.
Right?
right.
I love it, man. I mean, like a lot of times when a writer and an artist come together, I know you both do everything, but when they come together, man, you don't have that kind of relationship. But you've both experienced both sides of it, maybe working with someone that you don't have a lot of experience with. And you've obviously experienced working together, and you guys are obviously extremely close. What are like the benefits of that, of being so close, and the negatives of being so close, working on a book together?
But I think the benefits is just we're not going to be bashful about ideas.
Yeah.
Like we're not gonna. I don't care if he's like, yeah, that's kind of stupid. Like it's not offensive to me. I don't feel uncomfortable saying, even though he's writing it, I don't feel uncomfortable saying, what if we did this? Would this impact what you're trying to say or where you're going with the story? So for me, that's the benefit part of like knowing each other for so long and then communicating. Our personalities are totally opposite ends of the spectrum. I'm more volatile, where he's more like
Nice
worried all the
person.
time. Yeah. 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 I think that's what they call it. Nice people, whatever. So yeah. So I'm more like, more, as he says, aggressive. But then like I think the hard part is, from our background, we're used to being on the phone all the time and talking all the time. But now we're doing two different things, where there's a point where we can talk and we have to like go into isolation. So that part gets weird, because it's very creating comics can be a very lonely kind of endeavor. You know what I mean? You're just kind of locked away doing your thing. So what do you think?
No, I agree. I will say, like, we've talked about this several times. And it all goes back 100% to collaboration. The trust we have in each other really helps with that. Because like what John was like, oh, I know Daniel, so I feel comfortable in saying that. I don't even think it's a feel comfortable. We wanted it to be like that. It's like, even if you think it's stupid, but you don't want to hurt my feelings or whatever, just say it. Same thing with Jonathan's like, hey, if I draw a crooked eye, let me know. Or if one arm is like this, So it is like that. Same thing with we're like the creation of the characters and everything. Like I said, I have the story and we talked about it, but even the story, even though we have kind of a path we're going, it's really kind of shifting based even on what Jonathan is drawing. And sometimes not even just drawing, sometimes just throwing ideas out there. And it's like, oh crap, yes, let's go with that. Let's modify it. Let's adapt it and go in that direction. So it helps a lot. And like the downsides, like I was already accustomed to him being grumpy just from we knowing each other. So it didn't came as a downside anymore because I was accustomed to it. So I don't see it. I really, even though we joke around and everything, I don't see a downside to be honest, because I'm glad that we have, even to a certain degree, because we have the respect. So it's good that we have a good pushback back and forth. So we're actually creating something together. I wouldn't want to work almost as a prompt artist, like, just saying what to do. He's the visual artist creating all of this. So it's great.
Yeah. I would like to think like, you see the characters on the page and, you're like, oh, you create these characters. For me, it's we create these characters together. Unless there's like Todd makes toys and statues, then it's mostly me creating these characters. Because no, I think all the characters, we kind of create them together. It's just I'm physically drawing them, but we discuss all of them. We were talking about, there was something with some characters, and I wasn't understanding completely what he was getting at, and then so I'm drawing them in a certain way, and I created this character, and I misunderstood, I guess. It wasn't very clear to me, or I thought I understood, but then I kick it back to him, and he was like, not quite like that, but then it created a new character. And
Yep.
and I was like, well, I can just change it how you're talking about, because I don't want to not deliver on my end what you're kind of thinking. If it has something, if it impacts the story. But then he was like, no, that's a really cool character. We would do something else with it.
Yep.
So then the rest of the other characters with the information now understood what he was going for. So then I was able to kind of work that out. So I think being able to not be bashful about like communicating and not feeling like you're being negatively judged. You're just creating. So
Yeah.
So as far as the character design, and I know I brought this up the last time we talked about issue 1, but one of my favorite things that you do with Shirley is you draw her in different styles depending upon, you know, what's happening at the time. Now, was that like, was that a creative choice, or did that, I mean, did you plan to do that, or was it like by accident, or?
It's just probably me sucking it from one panel to the next.
But I mean, you draw her like, you know, the completely different styles, and I like that she changes to fit, you know, whatever's happening at the time.
I think, I don't know. I think it just depends on what the action or the motivation is. I try to, the best I can, convey some sense of character, whether it's like body language and things like that. I think are really important. There's a panel that was one of my favorite shots of her. I don't remember what issue that is, where she's walking with the stranger. Remember, Daniel and I said, oh, she's got kind of like a cool body language, like almost like an attitude.
It's the second part of issue 1.
Yeah. That was like one of my favorite, where I felt like I got the body language right, like the attitude. But then there's times where it's like you just want to draw, I guess, not being inconsistent, but different, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like her in that panel.
Yeah.
But I don't look at it as inconsistent. I think that the way that you draw her, it's, you know, she's not the same exact character note stamped in each, you know, panel on different pages. She has like, you know, a totally different vibe to her. And I like that because it fits. I don't look at it as you're not, you know, drawing the same thing.
Right. Okay.
I think it fits. I think the way that you draw it each time fits what's happening to her at the time. You know, whether she's trying to be like cutesy or where she's mad or raging, you know, she's drawn in a different style. That's what I mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, as long as she doesn't look like a dog on one panel and like an elephant.
I can still tell there's enough color on that panel to tell. Okay, that's Shirley. That blob is Shirley. I got it. Okay.
Right.
I think one of my favorites of hers in issue 1 right here, you kind of see almost like she is still very young, right? And she's doing all these, like she's in this environment that's got to be scary on one side. There's a lot of unknown. She's dealing with whatever's happening in her. And we kind of see at the end of issue 2. Yet at the end of the day, right, she still is this young girl, and that really gets me through. Hey guys, let's go help. You know, like
there's I will say, like, there's definitely something that I am thinking about when I'm doing, depending on what's going on, because I want the reader to be reminded, with all of that's going on and the chaos and craziness and where they are, that she's still this little girl. So you kind of want to feel like, oh damn, this is a little kid, you know. But then there's times where I want her to look like she's dangerous. She could be a threat, you know. So you want to have those two different. But yeah, there's times where she's a bit more cartoony.
But one of the things that I liked as we're getting close to the end of the issue is, you know, she goes through all this and everything happens, and then I don't know if it's like to ground her, to bring her like back down, but she's asking Teddy T if he's okay.
Mm.
So after everything, she's finally calmed down and like, she's a little kid checking on her teddy bear.
Yeah.
Which I thought was cool.
Teddy
kind of like
Teddy,
that centers her.
Yeah, well, because Teddy T has been her only companion for all of those loops of dying.
Yeah, what's left of him?
Over again.
Yeah,
he's gone through it as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So it kind of
it's probably the one thing she can relate to the most, right?
It's been her companion. It's her safe haven to a certain degree.
It's like any kid's safety blanket, really.
Yeah. Yep. So, and that's what, and that ends right at the end that she's kind of woken up also from her fury stage. She gets back to normal, and her first reaction right away is to check on her buddy.
Yeah. I also think you got to be a dad to be able to design that too. I don't know.
The little
right here.
That one is
right to be able to understand a young either boy or girl would have that kind of same reaction. I feel like as a father, you're like, this is what my little girl would have done. Remove all the craziness. This is how she would behave in that moment, right?
Yeah, I have we have a 7-year-old daughter that has her little gang of friends down the street, and so she's like, they're back and forth. 1 minute they get along, 1 minute they don't, but then inevitably they're always like, hey, let's go play. So yeah, I see a lot of those moments all the time. So
I love it, man. All right, Milton. I don't know if you can answer this, but he has a theory. Teddy will come to life in the future.
You'll have to keep reading.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh, we have to? Oh, man.
Well, if you want the answer to that.
Oh, no, I will definitely keep reading.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, but then we get to where, the stranger, he's still like, wigging out. So
he's going off, man.
Does he pull himself out? But I'm assuming Sherlee somehow calms him down. Or does he just finally run out of steam and he's done?
No. Again, and that's also answered in issue 3.
You don't have to keep spoiling things, but
no. There is an issue, an answer to that on issue 3. But the one I will say, the one thing is, and that is the danger per se of the stranger is there's really he doesn't really run out of steam, and that's the problem.
Okay, so so the way that I took it, the way that this ended was she stopped, calmed him down, cooled him off, but she was touching, holding onto the sword, and I don't think she absorbed his power and weakened him, but she took on some of his essence. But I could be wrong, but that's kind of what I got from it.
I feel like you're about to be Miltoned.
Yeah, right. He's like, it's going to be free.
No, not necessarily, because again, to a certain degree, and like I said, the answer will come in issue 3, but to a certain degree, we see the stranger show up in issue 1, kind of in the middle of a big battle, and it really gives you a sense that he just woke up. So there's a connection to that too, and Sherlee wasn't absorbing anything from him per se, so she doesn't need to be touching him or whatever, or if that is the trigger to calm him down. So she wasn't at that point absorbing.
If I'm let's just say I don't know anything about this. What's interesting about that page you showed, the splash page with the sword, if you put that up, if I would imagine, could you imagine, his berserk power, ability, whatever?
Yeah, this tiny little girl is holding that sword. Yeah, she stops.
And that might break me out of going berserk too. Wait a minute.
What the hell happened?
Yeah, what's going on here? How did this, and you got the girl holding this, So I think that was a pretty cool moment.
Yeah, and in that alone too, because like I said, it's all things that will be revealed after. But even you have Simon Pure, who was a villain for 4 or 5 issues, and he just shows up. He seems to be on a mission, and he's willing to sacrifice himself for her. Why?
But then again, in issue 1, she says that she feels that power inside of her. So that could be the continuation, like it's just growing. Is what this last page is. So I know. We'll find out in issue 3. I'm just saying that these are I'm just talking out loud.
Dude, I love how you
hate
working it in different angles, Mark, to get the answer, dude. That's so awesome.
I'm not trying to get the answer. I'm just giving you like my theory, like see what I got from it.
I will say issue 3, for as many answers as it has, it does not have that one. We will get to that.
Okay. If you guys want to accidentally send me the PDF of issue 3 early, I won't say anything. just so I can make sure that it's on par with the story and it's good.
Yeah. He wants to check your work.
Yeah.
No, but again, issue. Oh, go, Jonathan. Sorry.
No. I was gonna say, and I went back to traditional. This is on the art front. I stopped doing the digital stuff.
Oh, did you?
So, yeah.
I mean, I'm happy for you. I think we had this conversation last time. Digital is awesome, but man, for you to be able to go to a show, Spawn fans come out big time for original art. So
I mean, it's not even 100%. It's just the different the feeling that you get from working on paper. There's just like with digital, I mean, I can talk about this forever. Like digital, there's nothing wrong with digital. There's just so many options. You're not necessarily saving as much time as you might think. At least for me, I'm really fast as far as inking goes. I ink pretty fast. And in a weird way, the limitations of traditional speed things up, where digital, I'll just experiment with shit and not even realize I'm experimenting with things. I'm like, why am I using 8 different brushes? And it's just my nature to, I mean, if I pointed my camera at my desk, you'd probably be like, why do you have 700 different tools on your, but really out of all these tools, I'm pretty much using like a brush. So a brush and a nib, but so the digital, I've had this fight with myself. Daniel could tell you with, the digital, I tried to convince myself that it's faster. The part that I like digitally is the layouts. Just doing the layout and getting everything placed because it's very flexible. I can scale things, I can move things around. And then from there I can either lightbox it or use it as reference or whatever. But going back to the traditional and actually drawing on paper, I feel like I can improve my drawing skills faster than I can digitally.
And you do it on 11 by 17?
Yep, 11 by 17.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Do you bring those with you to the shows? Any of them, like your original art from this? So because I haven't. So issue 1, I don't remember how many pages that I did traditionally, but I did some good ones traditional. The splash page for the stranger's first appearance. That one sold. That one actually sold to one of the toy sculptors for Todd. Oh wow!
He bought that one.
Does Daniel get first dibs?
What's that?
Does Daniel get first dibs?
No.
No. Sorry, I tried that.
No,
what are the pros of working with Jonathan? There's no
But yeah. So a few of those, we don't have a lot of pages left from issue 1. A lot of them sold. Most of them sold.
Yeah.
So I mean, that is the thing. I'm used to working traditionally, and I'll preach it until I die. If you're an inker and you're working digital, it's not great not having originals, because you never know when you might need them for money.
For sure.
And it's nice to, and it's for my kids too. I leave stuff for my kids. I don't sell everything. Like there's things that I put aside. I have 2 flat filers, and there's things for my kids to have.
That's cool, man.
I can't give them a whole bunch of other stuff, but I can give them the original art. So.
Yeah.
Does Todd? You think Todd takes a page from, like, he's with the expanded universe and all these amazing new titles? I'm wondering, just for himself, as he sees this world that he began, 30 plus years ago, like, if I was him, I would want, like, at least something from all these different titles that have been going out. Has he asked for anything? No. Maybe because he's an artist first, and he's like, dude, I got so much crap in a garage already. I don't know. I would. I mean, also, I have such an appreciation for that kind of talent.
Yeah. No, he doesn't.
I think Todd seems to just kind of randomly buy stuff every now and then, right? Because I've seen Sean Alexander talk that Todd bought a big painting. I saw that recently, and he was actually even talking because he bought this cover, and it was done like gigantic, like a painting, and it's Cyan's face, just all bloody. And the reason he bought it is like he saw it, was like, oh, you know what? I want one of these. I don't have a Cyan bloody face. I want that one. So that was how Alexander was explaining it.
Yeah, it's in the office in Phoenix. When I was down there, I saw it. It's like I even made me ask Sean. I was like, dude, that's not oils, is it? And he's like, yeah, it's oils. Because I thought since he was painting so big and it was for the books that they would be acrylics because of the drying time. And he's like, no, it's oils. Like, you are crazy. So yeah, it's huge. It's massive.
Yeah,
it's very impressive up close.
But no, so far Todd hasn't reached out for that, and like I said, we don't really reach out for them, and we're stealing the designs Jonathan did, and we just kind of do our own thing.
Just keep it on the down low, I think, until the title gets going here.
Yeah, I just saw Todd at San Diego, and he came by my table, and I shamelessly pointed to my banner, which is the shot of Sherlee splash page where she's coming out of the. And I was like, look at that, man. Right here? Can you imagine? Yeah. Well, no, my banner is the big, like the splash page inside of issue 1.
Page 5 or 6. I forget. That's just her first reveal coming out with which is the cover for the second printing. Yep.
Yeah. We were talking, we were speaking about my banner, and I just pointed to it. I was like, look at that. That's a great toy, right?
Incredible toy. I got chills right now when you said toy. But absolutely.
He did a double take at it, and he's like, yeah, that was cool. And he started like talking about ideas, and it's like, yeah, you could put like a freezer prop behind her, like, So I'm not saying anything, but I'm supposed to follow up with him.
You need to follow up on him, man.
I think fans would like that.
It was so quick, man.
As long as she comes with Teddy T, yes.
Yeah.
Well, she has to come with Teddy T.
Yeah, she has to come with Teddy T.
Yeah, and they have. It's a funny thing too. So Todd, I forget what we were talking about. We were talking about that, and I was like, but you have to make sure that the teddy is done right. And he's like, what do you mean? It's like everybody draws when everybody else does it. They put the legs on them.
Yeah.
And he's like, did I put the legs on it? I was like, yep.
Teddy has no legs.
No legs.
He doesn't have the legs. So I explained to him, like, the stuffing is like, it's kind of like the guts. And he's like, oh, man, I drew the legs on. He's like, you drew the legs on.
Teddy has no legs.
Nope. And very recently.
Go,
Johnson. Sorry.
So he was like, so we can do like another edition that comes with the legs. And you got to put, how he does the DC characters where you buy one and then you can put the characters together.
To build a figure?
Like, now you're talking, Todd. Now you're into this. We can have this conversation.
Build a Teddy?
Yep.
No, but and then we very recently we got tagged in what we think was the first cosplayer to cosplay Sherlee. And it was really cool.
That was really good. Yeah.
But it was huge. They were looking at Todd's cover, so Teddy T had the legs.
Yep.
See when you go to the wrong source, man.
But it's cool. Like, I do a lot of shows, and I'm with Comic Sketch Art. So so I see Ryan Otley all the time, and I always think it's cool. It must be a cool feeling to see someone cosplaying as something you're drawing. And I remember telling Daniel, I was like, I think we're gonna lose our shit the first time we see a Shirley cosplay. And then that they posted that. I haven't seen one at a show in person, but I can't wait until like that happens. That's kind of a cool thing.
So
I like seeing people's drawings.
Oh, there it is.
Where I don't know where that was.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember where that was?
I don't. But we saved all of that info.
I want to say somewhere in Texas, maybe somewhere in Texas.
I don't remember. But we saved all of that info and even the photos and everything because we're starting like a letters column back up, like in our book. So we want to put all of that in, and if people send questions or whatever, and fan art and all of that we've gotten a lot. We want to have a back matter of letter columns in the back to be able to show all of that. Because we're really grateful for it and we enjoy the heck out of it, seeing all of this stuff coming, something that we've created. This is a novelty for us as well, so it's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
What's the
incredible.
I'm sorry.
Was it on Image Comics?
What was that? I'm sorry.
Was it Image Comics Instagram that they posted it? The cosplay of Sherlee Johnson, or was it
No. It was it's in mine and Jonathan's because we did that collab thing. So it's in mine and Jonathan's. Should be one of the recent posts. I don't remember if Todd did it as well.
I'll look for it. You guys go ahead.
There's what's the page where? What's the page where he's coming out of the smoke, Daniel? Do you remember? Do you remember that? That's before Is that the page right before Simon jumps in the way?
Oh, remember the blue flames?
Where drew the blue flames.
That's it's issue 2. Those. Yep.
Yeah. That was the cool thing about that page. Like, I'm just talking from like my, I guess, growing into drawing these characters. Like, if you look at that character, if you look at the stranger in the panel, I really was happy that I did it, but the hood looks like a mouth,
shaped like a
it's kind of shaped like a mouth.
Was that in issue 2, right?
Issue 2.
Yeah.
I just noticed like the spirits and the hands that are coming out of that smoke.
Those are not
those right in the front.
No.
Those are not spirit. That's all of the creatures burning.
All the little spider baby kids.
Yep. That's all of the offspring of that really nice lady in the beginning.
No, really nice lady. She had a great personality.
Right. All her children.
Yep.
Yeah. That was one of my favorite pages. And I did it digitally like a dumbass.
Yeah.
So, Jonathan, you said that you've been doing a lot of shows back to back. Has the reception for this book, has it been like mostly positive? Have you gotten a lot of good feedback?
It's been phenomenally positive. Yes. And if it wasn't, I would tell you. Yeah.
Right. No,
but I don't think anybody honestly stands in line to
tell you they don't like it. Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way,
those people go on Twitter and tell you. They don't go in front of you.
Those are the Twitter people. Yeah. The people at the shows, if somebody's coming up to your table, they typically are supporting you. Right?
Yeah.
So, but what I will say was the cool thing is I got equal on the art of the story. People they weren't like one-siding it. Oh, I love the art, but I don't really care about art. They loved it all. And the coolest part is and I told this to Daniel, the one thing that I did notice is it felt a little bit like when I worked on Batman Court of Owls. There's like a interesting generational thing. Like, you have your old school Spawn guys, like, but then I was getting newer readers who hadn't read Spawn that were picking up this book. And then I would get people that we introduced the book to at the show, and they asked, like, well, I've never read any Spawn. I was like, well, you don't have to jump on board with this book. Yep. It's just if you are into this book, it might spark your interest in Spawn. I can read all of those issues if you want, but it's not a thing that you have to have read any of Spawn, and that's what we wanted it to be for everybody.
I like that, Irene. Yeah. Who's going to stand in line for 2 hours just to be like, hey, your book sucks. All right, bye. I get that, but I was just, wondering if you had gotten any like criticisms, and not saying they hated the book, but just
right.
No, it was a lot of like positive. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I haven't had any.
I mean, for me, this is the first I'm hearing about it, because everything that Jonathan's been telling me, everything that Jonathan's been telling me is, people are saying the art is awesome, but the story sucks. So just know I'm the star. That's all of the feedback Jonathan has been giving him from shows. But
my only criticism is that we have to wait 2 months between issues. But if it takes 2 months to put out something this good, then I'm all for it. I'm willing to wait.
And so we appreciate
Smith.
Yes,
just so you know, Trinity Smith. That's so
cool.
that
was like that was a group of 2 or 3 people who did it. I forgot exactly why, but there was a seamstress, a cosplayer, I forgot, but I know there's 3 people. And again, we'll feature it in the letters column and everything. But it came out really good, and they were great. But as you can see, again, Todd's design, so there's legs.
And what's cool is how fast.
Yeah,
what's cool is how fast somebody jumped on doing that. I was actually really surprised.
And that cosplay won, because some shows have like the cosplay shows. She won.
Yeah, I could see why. She actually did an amazing job on the makeup too. Yep. It's phenomenal. Yeah. My question is, if you two, so this was at the Austin Con, which I unfortunately missed, and I live really close to it, so there's no reason for that.
But
if you two were there, would you rip the legs off for her to make it right?
I think you would.
No, but I would suggest it.
Yeah. Almost good. There you go.
Teddy T, the amputee.
Right. I think they'll it just gives them an opportunity to update the look of the Teddy.
For sure.
Man. But it's pretty cool though.
Yeah, but and again, it is because, like I said, Jonathan's the one who's been kind of receiving this feedback, and then he kind of tells me and everything. So it is cool to see people are enjoying it, because I've said this many times. We're aware that we're telling the story in a bit of a different way, on how everybody's kind of coming up. We're not hand feeding everything. The answers will come, but it is good to see that there's at least some interest in keep going. And again, with the bi-monthly schedule and everything, it is, it feels good to know that there's an appreciation for it, and we're having a lot of fun creating it. And like you said, if I already had a really big story going with everything that Jonathan creates daily and what we talked, it just even starts branching out in so many more directions that it's really, really exciting to follow. Because I mentioned the little thing that Bellifont mentions Henriques and everything, because again, we do want to show that it's happening right now, but at the same time that it's a gigantic universe. Not everybody's just after Earth or Al Simmons. There's all of this happening, in the sidelines. And that's where what we're exploring. Sometimes it intertwines, but not necessarily.
Yeah. I think it's good that we give a shout out to Ann World Design for the lettering. Because like you said, Tom has established...
Sorry, my dog.
No, you're good. You're good. Tom has established kind of how the word bubbles and all that has been presented for many, many years. And for them to take the time to make sure, and I'm sure you probably had a lot to do with that, Daniel, like, hey, when this person speaks, it should probably look like this. But for them to be able to do that and make it feel like the rest of the universe as those bubbles are taking place, I think that's awesome. And then the colors are phenomenal. And colors are so important. And man, absolutely incredible.
I think FCO and Jonathan just work like amazing, in my opinion.
And I love his colors.
Yeah. In the lettering part, like I said, it is pretty exciting, and I had never dealt with anything like this because I'm also like helping with placements and all of that kind of stuff. And I do suggest a lot. Can we do this, do that, and all of like, for example, in in issue 2, all of the kids, the little spider kids, are speaking in unison, like it's a hive mind kind of thing and everything. And it's been great to see it all come together. I think I get a little bit of pushback sometimes, like don't try to be cute, Daniel. But
now tell the funny story about that.
The funny story that nearly gave me a heart attack.
You
can tell it. You can tell it. You can tell it. I forgot about that. You can tell it.
What page is that? It's
the entire issue.
The entire issue.
Yeah, but there was a specific page where. I think
it wasn't that sequence. No, it wasn't the whole sequence with the kids.
So how the kids speak. When Todd got the script from Daniel, something happened in the formatting, and it made the stutter like this long, like really long.
Imagine it had like 20 spaces in between the stuttering.
Yeah. So Todd, he called me. He was talking to me on the phone, and he's like, I was look at this, and I'm just like, they're just like, oh, blah, 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 blah.
I can see him doing that too.
And I'm just like, I'm listening to him, but I know the answer. I know why it was like that, but I just let him go. And I got so frustrated. I just said, fuck it. And I just quit. I didn't edit anything. I was like, well, maybe Daniel should put stuttering in everything so you don't mess with it. No. So I told him, I was like, yeah, I know what that is. It's something happened with the format because I saw the correct version. It's not like what you saw.
Yeah.
But I thought it was funny. It like put him in a mood. It was just like, I didn't know what to do. I was like, I just couldn't. Yeah. Yeah. It was like so long. It was like no.
All the way across the bubble went all the way across the page.
That was
he
just
had
on
the script, so
on the Word document. Yeah, on the Word document when I exported it. I still don't know what happened because it looks great on all devices, but then you open it on an iPad and it's all weird with all of these spaces, everything. I have no idea what happened until now. And Todd, because he does read stuff before it goes to print, and if he has an opinion or an edit or something, he'll put it there. And in this case, he got so frustrated that he just quit. It's like, which was kind of, but again, it's not as bad as you're reading it. It doesn't have a crazy, and it's not you rephrase it as a stuttering. Our intention, and I get it, it kind of is, but our intention is because not everything in hell is a super evil genius or powerful being. There's just crazy fauna, and that those characters are a bit of that. They're just hell's fauna. And they don't, because in the previous kid, they have those other kids that they use as bait, and they kind of talk. So it's kind of like those creatures kind of learn to mimic human speech, and that's their attempt at reaching it, kind of less evolved creatures. So it wasn't necessarily a stutter that we were going for. But again, Todd probably saw it as just crap, and he didn't know what to do.
Well, it came out amazing, guys, man.
I thought it was fine. I thought it didn't.
I like their speech, like what they say, and
eat the red. Like, where did you come up with this?
That's what I wonder.
Yeah.
I mean, I just wanted
a guy with a strange imagination, man. I don't know.
Well, people already told me that about like what's going on in your head because of that sequence in issue 1 where Kincaid is chopping her fingers one by one.
Yeah,
it's like, why did you have to do it one by one while he was singing? You could have stopped or just implied it. I was like, we could, but
right,
and I don't know. I just wanted those again. I wanted them to sound a bit less evolved. So I didn't want them to just go, I'm going to rip your entrails or something, I just wanted to be almost like a guttural kind of like thing. So I don't know.
I don't
it's
know
like,
if you guys watch UFC fighting, but I'm a big UFC fan too.
Mhm.
And there's a fighter out of Miami, Jorge Masvidal, and when he knocked out, God, what's his name? He just had a double lung replacement, but anyways, knocked him out in 5 seconds on the ground, out cold. Then came over and punched him a couple more times because they had really bad beef. And in the interview after the fight, one of the reporters goes, "Did you really have to? Like, was it necessary to hit him a couple more times?" And he looked at him and goes, "Very necessary." So when someone asks you, "Do you really have to do each individual? Like, was that necessary?" Like, very necessary.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, do you remember it?
Yeah,
That's why you remember it.
Exactly. It'll be in your head forever now,
finger, man. Yep.
Yeah. No, but there are some of these scenes, and again, for as much as we banter between each other, again, I am a fan of Jonathan's work and always have been. So there's a lot of scenes, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait till Jonathan gets to that. And that was one of those. That was one of those. Like and there's a lot of. Usually, it's really big moments. There's a splash page on issue 3 that can't wait for people to see. Because again, issue 3, it's a bit more of a Sophie just going. No, there's on issue 3 because it's a bit of a calmer issue, but it still has some really cool reveals. And like I said, even in calmer moments, Jonathan's always worried about, oh, is this boring or whatever. Again, we do like the splash pages and the double spread and all of that. So it has some really good moments. In issue 2, the last page, for example, which is a calm page, I was really, really, really looking forward for Jonathan to draw that last page.
Yeah.
Oh,
this one, This, I mean, this should be a cover too.
Yeah.
Like it's that good. I don't know if you already have like a second edition. I know you usually do the first one and then like the B cover is a guest artist, but this could easily be like a cover B for sure, man. Very similar to how you utilize that your favorite picture of her that we were talking about.
Oh, for the
second printing.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I mean, as of now, again, there's no plans for that to be, because we do have a lot of covers already from like really cool artists. We have like some amazing covers for issue 3. And like I said, since we're both at New York Comic Con, cover A is Jonathan. Again, that's mandatory. Cover A will always be Jonathan, and cover B is mine. And that's why I said like, and keep. I'm not gonna spoil any names, but I will say keep an eye out for cover C.
Oh yeah.
Will it be a New York Comic Con exclusive?
It's not going to be. It's not going to be a New York Comic Con exclusive, but it will be revealed soon, early next week probably, and we're crazy excited about it.
Is it like a 1 in 25 or?
Is it what? I'm sorry.
Is it like a 1 in 10 or a 1 in 25 type thing? I'm just preparing Mark's wallet to know how many.
If it's it better not be the unattainable 1 in 1,000 cover. Like
No.
The highest I'll go is a 1 in 150 or a 1 in 50. So if it's under that, I'll get it.
No. It will be attainable. Cover. Okay. I will give just a. No, I'm not going to give any.
No, don't.
I can't.
We're gonna get
you. No. Let me just say. Let me just say. We are doing this because it is New York Comic Con and everything. It has a link to it, but at the same time, again, it's just something for the book. So cover C, it is going to be open. Cover D will probably be limited.
And I think it's weird. It's such a cool thing. I shouldn't be cover A.
Yes. I will even say, as your friend and lover art.
Are you saying you shouldn't be cover A for issue 3 or?
Yes, for issue 3.
Yes.
Robert, don't say it, man.
I should technically be bumped to cover B.
Yep.
Which I'm staying to cover D.
Yes. No, mine should be cover D.
So
I guess we'll have to wait for the announcement.
Maybe. Who knows how they want to do it, but
it's not. But the announcement should be coming soon. Yeah, I think early in the week at most, because I think because solicitations for issue 3 close at the end of the month, 20 something. So they still have to put those up and like spread the word. It will be coming, but I think it
yeah.
will be worth the wait, and we're crazy excited about these ones.
Yeah, it's we have an immense amount of respect for these gentlemen.
And actually, let me just say, because again, this is not a gimmick or something that we'll be doing throughout the books, because it is random. It's like, why are you putting another cover or two for issue 3? It's just, something that happened, and it was a good situation and a good timing. That's why it's happening. It's not a gimmick for sales or for anything. It was just like, yes, we need it for this issue.
That means it's gonna have to be somebody like Capullo or Miller or somebody big.
It's big.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
big.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait and find out.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, it is. And then there's an even bigger surprise
right here, right, Jonathan?
Yeah.
You said there's a
Mr.
bigger
Surveillance
surprise?
Man. Well, somebody's getting a great treat out of it.
Oh, okay.
Looking at Daniel there.
Nice. Well, when you come back on, hopefully you come back on for issue 3 after New York Comic Con, when things settle down, when Jonathan, you get a few days in to get some rest. You too, Daniel. It's going to be a pretty rough flight, I would think.
Oh, it's not rough at all. I sleep the entire trip.
Do you?
It is not
sleep on a plane, man. I can't do it.
I can't stay up. Jonathan knows this. First time I went to San Diego, because New York is like 8 hours or 7, I forget. But to San Diego, it was like 2 7-hour or 2 8-hour flights. And I got out of here in the morning. I slept the entire flight to Minneapolis or whatever it was. I don't even remember. I slept the entire flight and then had a 2-hour layover and then another 6 or 7-hour flight. I slept the entire trip again. And I was like, and then I got there, I don't know, like 9 at night. And I was like, I'm dead now. Like, this is going to be my first time experiencing, jet lag. I just slept like 16 hours. Nope. Had dinner, went to bed, slept all night, and woke up fresh the next day.
That is a skill set, Daniel. That's a skill set, man.
No, because a lot of people, and Jonathan knows this as an artist, and especially when we were just inking, how many late nights and everything. Because again, even now we're on the phone, but it's almost 12:30 for me at night. Like, it's past midnight. But I usually only go to bed at 1 or 2. It's kind of my usual thing. But people are like, Daniel, how have you never experienced jet lag? And it's like, simple, jet lag is people being tired, because of the time difference. I'm tired all the time, so it doesn't matter.
So you're constantly jet lagged.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I can't fly more than 4 hours.
Yeah,
like, that's I can't take it. It's I can't take it.
So if they want you to appear
in Peru, and Chile is 13 hours, and it's a straight flight from LA to Santiago, Chile. I have some friends in Chile. That's a tough flight, man. 13 hours. You feel like you're trapped. You can't move. Oh, it's terrible.
They would never see me.
I demand Jonathan Glapion in Europe. You have to do shows in Europe, so you have to get over that.
You're gonna have to move it closer.
European Comic Con in Florida.
Right. Right. No, New York would be cool for you because you haven't signed any books here, so you'll have a lot of books to sign. Yep.
And I haven't done.
Mark. I need your help.
I'm gonna come loaded for bear. You better.
You gotta help me.
Have some wrist protection.
I will even, because again, I haven't done any shows here, and I'm not gonna do any shows actually. So right now, I've only signed a handful of books for family members actually who like, I need your book. So like, literally, I signed a handful of books so far. That's going to be my first.
I don't drink beer. I don't drink beer, Milton.
What's your poison, man? Coke or
cocaine? No, I don't do cocaine.
Damn.
I mean, does crack count? No.
Keeps you awake.
No, I like cocktails, but I'm just not a beer drinker.
Yeah. All good, man.
But yeah, I wouldn't mind going to Portugal. That'd be fun.
I think you have to.
Yeah.
Get over it.
I want to be super respectful, man. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. Daniel, you always pay the price, man, being up really late, and I know school, kids, all that good stuff. But we are true fans of both of yours, and I have to tell you, man, I gotta be careful because I have Erica on all the time and I got Jimmy on, but man, this title is definitely one of my favorites, man.
Nice.
It's awesome, man. And one day, man, I would love to have you guys, Palmiotti, Erica, Healy, and we just maybe when things kind of slow down. I don't know if it's going to slow down, but with this whole new universe, man, and all the awesome titles that are coming out, it's just been so much fun as a Spawn fan seeing the entire universe expand the way it has, and you guys are killing it, man. I absolutely crushing it.
That would be fun to do too, like hang out with everybody. Because for me, this is already a treat talking to somebody else other than Jonathan. So like I welcome it.
Yeah, I've mentioned before that I read every Spawn title that comes out, but yours is far enough removed from Spawn, but still Spawn related that it's my favorite non-Spawn book, I guess is how I want to say it.
Non-Spawn Spawn book.
Yes, it's far enough away from Spawn, but it still has enough of the story in it, and I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that because we're on camera and I was paid to. No.
Yeah. We'll talk later.
Take whatever we can get.
Tell me that check didn't clear. So
Well, guys, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And then everyone in the chat, thanks for joining us and hanging out. We'll be in touch, Daniel and Jonathan, for issue 3 when you have time. I know with New York Comic Con, we'll make sure that
I'll be there to see you guys.
Yeah, and so we can say everybody, Mark is going to have a comic for me to get signed in issue 1 from both of you. Mark,
I got you. Yep, I got you
on the spot, man. Because
I got you.
Although I see Jonathan once in a while, I don't know when I'll ever have an opportunity to get something signed by both of you at the same time. So we're going to take advantage of that in New York. So that would be awesome.
Yep.
Oh yeah, definitely
the place to do it.
Yep. Absolutely, man. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much, man. I hope you all have an amazing night, and thank you everyone for the chat. You've been amazing, and we'll talk to you all soon. Thanks, everybody.
That's good. Bye.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.